We're back with another video. Honestly, this is the first time I've recorded at night. I don't know why there's a hang right there. Mishu, what are you doing, Mishu? Oftentimes, especially me, in the beginning of my self-improvement journey, when I started, it's not always easy. You know, you're dedicated for a week. After that week, it gets hard. And then there's stuff going on in your life, you know, like a schedule change. Just them changing my schedule, my work schedule, threw me off. Just me getting tennis elbow threw me off, right? And even though that was already like 3 months in or 4 months in, it's just crazy how life throws you in these different directions and it just throws you off. And you could possibly give up, and not even that. Even then, like, you could be 3 days in and just lose motivation, lose the desire. And that's why I made this video, because it's very important that you don't lose that fire, right? You don't lose that will to keep going. So show up for yourself, and you either do or you don't. And what I mean by that is, basically, I knew, like, when I started, you know, waking up at 5 in the morning, going to the gym, I wanted more than anything to close my eyes and go back to sleep. There was even times where I would go back to sleep. I'll be like, all right, 30 minutes, boom. All right, 15 minutes, boom. And I'll go back to sleep. There was even times I did do that. But then I would regret it later, because then I'll lose my chance to go to the gym after I said I would. And I would feel crappy. And I know that happens to some of you guys. When you guys say, you know, all right, I'm going to go to the gym today. I'm going to do it. And then you don't. And then your mind starts holding you accountable. Like, oh, I thought you said you were going to the gym. And you start feeling crappy. And it makes you not even want to go even more. Eventually, you don't even end up going. You're just like, it's not for me. So what I did was, I would put on my gym clothes and have my shoes ready. And I would sleep in my gym clothes. Not like with my shoes on or anything. That's weird. When my alarm would ring and I wanted to close my eyes again, I would just think, like, I did this effort last night. I might as well just at least get up. And if I still don't have energy, and if I'm still not ready to go, then after I get ready, I'll just lay back down and go back to sleep. And I'm telling you, 10 out of 10 times, I'll be ready to go. Just by knowing that I put in that effort last night, I didn't want it to go to waste. And then, it's not even that. It's not even that. When I closed my eyes, I'll tell myself, what is everybody else doing? Everybody else can't wake up at 5 in the morning. And I'm trying to be great. I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to be great. And I'm trying to help you be great. And I'm not saying you gotta wake up at 5 in the morning. But you gotta separate yourself. So when you separate yourself, you're gonna do things that people can't do. And you can't do right now. But you keep on doing it, and eventually you become greater than those people. And you feel good about it. You know how much I would brag about that? Not in a bad way, but like, it just shows discipline. Like, and I hate when I seen posts like people hating on it, like, oh wow, like, you think 5 in the morning is just waking up at early is just a flex. Well, you know, yeah, I don't care. I get my grind that late at night. Ugh. It's not even about that. It's just me being proud that I'm disciplined myself to get up at that time. Because I remember the times where it wasn't easy, where I couldn't get up at that time, where I would sleep in and not do nothing, and then wake up in the afternoon and binge eat and watch Netflix. That's why I'm proud, and that's why I brag about it. Not because, and yeah, I should talk about it. That's an achievement. I don't care what you be on. I don't care if you wake up at 3 in the morning and start grinding. Like, all right, kudos to you. But me, I know where I got. You gotta show up for yourself. You gotta separate yourself from the masses, right? And so that's what I always thought when I struggled to get up, when I struggled to wake up at that time. And it doesn't even have to, I'm just using it as waking up as an example to go to the gym or whatever. But it could be with anything you're trying to do. And then I would think, like, this is who I'm becoming. I'm a new person. I'm not the same. I'm not the old Isaiah. The old Isaiah goes to sleep. I don't go to sleep. I wake up and I get it. And that would, sometimes before I even had a thought of go back to sleep, I'll just pop up real quick. So I won't have something trying to convince me, like, it wouldn't hurt to go back to sleep. You need, it's important to get your rest. Nah. Yeah, it is. You're trying to convince yourself not to do the habit because it's hard. Your body wants to stay comfortable. But then I would get up and I would make it easy for me. I'll sleep in my gym clothes. I put in that effort last night. I might as well get up. What you need to understand is that our days, our life, our minutes, our seconds are made up of choices that we make. Every time we're alive, we have a choice. We make a choice. Should I wear this shirt? Should I go out and do this? Should I talk to this girl? Should I go out and do that? Every time. So we must pick our choices wisely and keep that in mind, because every choice you make will be a result of how you end up in the future. It's cool to eat those cookies now, but those cookies tasted good. So you're gonna want those cookies again. You're gonna want those cookies again. And then a week later, you get a craving for those cookies. And then 5 days later, you get a craving for those cookies. 3 days later, you get a craving for those cookies. Until you're eating them 7 days a week. And then guess what? In a year, you're overweight. You have no goals. No females want you. You're not happy. You have bad mental health. Because don't forget, and this is not no type of spirituality or no mojo, jojo, whatever.
I, Mojo Jojo, have been waiting for you to visit and get to know me in my home.
And it's that whatever you eat is how you're gonna think. Whatever you are is whatever you eat. Now, I made the example of the cookies. Now, imagine you go to the gym every day. No, imagine you go to the gym 3 times a week. Just light cardio, just walking on the treadmill, just to get yourself a foot in the door. Now, imagine you're like, okay, I like this. Boom, you watch a calisthenics video, you get into calisthenics, you start doing that. Damn, you lost crazy weight, you're eating right. It's not easy. You want to give up, but then you meet people in the gym, you start talking, and they want to exercise with you, so they're striving for the same thing that you're striving for. Boom. And then you're going 5 to 6 days a week. You have a social life. A year later, you're fit, you're posting, you look good, you have aesthetics, you have dietary knowledge and physical knowledge. They took some bumps and curves in the road, and guess what? Now you can make an income from that. You sell a course of how you got there, how you did it. You sell a course. Boom, you're making income. On top of that, your pictures, now you could do sponsorships. Now, a year later, you're a whole influencer with money. You see those two small decisions just that one day, how it overlapped into something in a year. It probably doesn't even take a year. It probably takes more or less. The decisions I made in the past is why I'm at where I'm at now. And that's why I'm working on it. Because I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to be in this apartment. I don't want to be driving a beat up van. I don't want my mom working 12-hour shifts. My brother having to work 2 jobs to take care of his kid. You know? I don't want that. Even now, I feel unmotivated. When I felt unmotivated, right? I would say, and even when people come to me now and they ask me for gym advice and they start working out, I tell them, when you feel unmotivated, the least you could do is show up. Just drive to the gym or just get there somehow. Just show up, and if you still don't feel like training, go back home. And don't feel bad. Don't think that when you show up and you go back home, like, don't feel guilty. No, feel great. There's times where I would just show up to the gym, just run on the treadmill a little bit, do a couple push-ups, and go back home. And then I was kind of start feeling guilt because I'm just like, like I didn't work as hard as I wanted to or as I should have. And then I'll tell myself like, no, I showed up. That's already, and I did some work. That's already better than 60% of people that are probably at home. Just probably sleeping still. Probably watching Hulu, Netflix. Probably doing drugs. Probably eating unhealthily. Practicing bad habits. Whacking it. But I showed up in the gym. And I just showed up. And only did 2 workouts. I'm not going to feel guilty for that. And you shouldn't either. So when I say just show up, just know that even in just showing up and going back home, you're already better than 50% of the people. Because everybody wants to be great. So what's going to separate you? Just show up. So evaluate your mental health. That's the message for today. I love you guys. Peace. We out here.